put this down? Whenever you're ready.
Hey guys, welcome to our 11 o'clock Moray Eel feeding. I'm Patricia, curator of aquariums here at the Virginia Living Museum. So we are at the backside actually of our Moray Eel exhibit, which actually just opened last year, so it's a fairly brand new exhibit. So if you guys want to take a look down here, this is where we house our Moray eels. We have 3 eels total, 1 green moray and 2 spotted morays. And then if you look off to the side here, we also have a scrawled cowfish and a sergeant major swimming about. These guys have to be fairly tough to be able to withstand any kind of attack from the moray eels. For those of you who don't know, moray eels are scaleless. They have no scales. There's several different species. You can see our green moray is obviously the largest. They are the largest of the moray eels. They get up to about, I think, 8 feet and up to about 65 pounds. Morays like to live in cracks and crevices and under rockwork and shipwrecks. So a lot of people don't really see them. So I'm going to be feeding them. If you want to look closely at our food, we have some sardines cut up, some oysters, this looks like whiting, and then some shrimp and clam meat. We try and monitor their feeding, and we try and also vary their diet because they do eat a lot of different stuff, from shrimps and small fishes, octopus, and even crabs. And if you look, this cowfish is actually kind of spitting at me. So I'm going to give them some food first so they kind of stay clear of the danger. And then feed the morays. Come back. If you guys have any questions about our morays, feel free to pipe in. Now, morays are ambush predators. They seem like they're biting each other really badly, and they are, but they can withstand a lot from each other.
Got a question from Samantha Bassett. Amanda says, how old is...
Well, our eels are a little over a year. As to how old they are, I actually don't know. We got them from down in Florida a year ago last March. So unfortunately, I don't know how old they are. I can tell you they're not all the way, they're full-grown age yet because they still have quite a ways to grow.
Liam wants to know how much electricity they hold.
Well, these are actually just moray eels, not electric eels, so no electricity.
Will they, Jamie Thomas asks, will they bite you?
Oh yes, yes they will bite me. That's why I'm kind of using these tongs, and if you guys can't see, but the camera is actually on a long pole, so we don't get bit. And we have extensive layers on top of the exhibit so that they don't crawl out. Now, eels have a lot of really sharp teeth, and they don't see very well, so they just kind of ambush whatever kind of touches them. And they have what's called a pharyngeal jaw.
Jamie Thomas wants to know, will they bite you though?
Yes, they will bite me. If I were to stick my hand in, they will bite. A lot of people say that they dive and stuff, and they can dive with them and are friendly, but I don't recommend it.
From Hayden, from Paul Kessler, how fast do they swim, and where can you find moray eels?
Okay, so they don't swim super fast. They are fast for their body shape, but you can find them generally in the Atlantic Ocean. These guys are from down in Florida, for example. The green morays range is from New Jersey all the way south to Brazil and the Atlantic coast, and I think the spotteds are just basically South Carolina and south. We're going to find them in waters between 6 and deeper feet-wise. Oh, he's got a latch on his face. And they will do that. That's why I don't recommend you stick your hands in with some morays.
Annie Gale says, Tristan wants to know, do they have sharp teeth, and they live in clear water or dark water?
Well, they can kind of live in both. Their eyesight isn't very good in general, so they rely on their really heightened sense of smell and their touch to get around and to find their food. But they can live in either clear water or cloudy water, it depends on the depth. I've found them actually in clear water down at the Florida Keys. I've seen both of these species down there.
Susie Archer asked from Kalen, how can you tell if it's a boy or a girl?
Oh, you really can't actually. That's internal for them. They either have eggs or a spermatophore inside, so you can't really tell from the outside.
So they want to know what's the difference from Michelle Foltz Goodwin. My daughter wants to know how old are they when they no longer live with their parents?
Well, I don't think they ever live with their parents. These guys, along with a lot of fish, will just lay eggs and then leave them to their own. So once they hatch, they're kind of on their own forever. How old these guys are, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you they've been here for just a little over a year. And they'd have to be at least a couple years old to be big enough to go into this exhibit. So I'm going to guess about 5, but don't quote me on that. And I know there was earlier a question about their sharp teeth. They have extremely sharp teeth. And not only that, they have a second jaw inside of their throat that comes out and grabs the food for them. Kind of like the movie Alien.
From Michelle Kurtz, Pierce, age 5, wants to know if they lay eggs or do they have live birds?
They lay eggs.
Okay. From Sahir Rizvi, Musa wants to know how big they can be.
Well, that's a good question. So the green moray can get up to 8 feet long, up to 65 pounds. And then the spotted morays just shy of that at about 5 or 6 feet.
Trace wants to know what they eat.
Okay, well they can eat a lot of things. They can pretty much eat whatever they put their mouth around, but these guys will naturally get shrimp, crabs, small fish, even octopus, and sometimes other small eels. These are good questions, guys. Keep them coming. So it looks like our morays are done eating for now. They've realized I've stopped feeding them, but they really are quite beautiful animals.
From Erica Edmonds, Harper would like to know, why are they so green?
That is an excellent question, actually. So the green moray, it's named for its green color, is actually brown, and he's covered in like a yellow mucus. So when you put those two colors together, it makes them green. So he's actually brown. And they have no scales, so they're going to kind of camouflage to whatever their environment is.
From Mateo Johnson, do people eat these kind of eels in sushi?
As far as I know, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Asher would like to know if they eat jellyfish.
I don't think that they do. They probably wouldn't discriminate. They're not very easily stung because they hang out around anemones and so forth, and actually bite each other.
Jason Franklin says to give a shout out to Vivian.
Hi Vivian, shout out.
Liam asks if there are any predators they need to look out for and what threatens them.
So as far as I know, there aren't very many things that will eat a moray because they're kind of hard to get to, but mostly it's going to be people, and some sharks actually will eat morays.
What are their names? From Melissa Wis Mastrorilli.
Oh, well, that's a really good question. We actually have some great names for these guys. For all of you Harry Potter fans out there, our green moray's name is Voldemort, play on Voldemort and Moray, because, well, he looks like Voldemort. And then for all of you other Disney fans, our spotted morays are named Flotsam and Jetsam, after the two moray eels in The Little Mermaid. Any other questions?
Amy Jenkins Griffin, can you give a shout out to David?
Hi David, I'm giving you a shout out.
Are these the only types of eels? From Jelena and Michael Nicole.
Oh, well, that's a great question. There's actually a ton of different kinds of eels. These are just the only ones that we have, aside from, we actually have the American eel on an exhibit right next to this one, which is your most popular species here.
if you have extra questions.
If you guys have any extra questions, and if I'm not able to answer them now, type them in and we can get to them later. But thanks for coming. I'm gonna have to cut this short. So please, thank you for joining us so much. And 1 second. Join us again later today at 2:30. We're gonna be having an encounter with our mink and our bird and mammal staff. Be sure to visit us virtually with all of our natural education here on Facebook and also Twitter and Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. And there is always complete updated information on our website, thevlm.org. Thank you guys so much for coming and join us again next time.